It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we've got the teams from Super Bowl 49 and that goal line pick. It's the Seahawks and the Pats, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week to about the 32. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Back to throw. That's to the new Dolphin. It's Odell Beckham Jr. Defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield. Heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll roll him out right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. Now, so from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Checking this down to Stevenson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it 12. 2nd and a couple. Back to throw again. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots have got it back to within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best is just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Bulldog. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all.
I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
Now a 2nd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Got Stevenson again. Back-to-back play. 39. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Yeah, he will go here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. He's got room to roam. And finally, wrestled down. He's going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And this will be incomplete. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a bounce. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Pats get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps. But
a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And able to break one. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll look to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as attack. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Short pass caught by Henry. He's got room to roam. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who put the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And he's able to take this one up to the 30s. They run once more with Stevenson. Able to slither by. And he's going to get a solid gain of yard. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down. Up, they get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand. Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close. Up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They go play action here on first down. Being chased out left. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 8. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 20. About defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time. And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. Went out and made a really nice play. Back to throw now on first down. No surprise, another catch for Beckham. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots have moved out. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. Say it consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense. Will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his left. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he gets this to the other side of big out. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught by OBJ. And he gets it inside the 35. A 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Short pass caught by Henry. And he'll gain of 6. Now 2nd and 4. Open man, the tight end Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots have retaken the lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what...
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for the Pats, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to